Hey everybody, so today's video is going to be a video that I've been wanting to do for a while because I haven't done one in almost 2 years. I think it's been 2 years. Actually, yes, I think it's been 2 years. And that is a books I want to reread video. Yeah, the first one I did was a while back. I'll link it below if I can find it because it was a while back. But I have a stack of books here that I have been wanting to reread for a minute and they're falling. Yeah, but I'm really excited about them, so we're just going to go ahead and talk about them. Oh, yes, this makes me even more excited about rereading them. The first one is one that I'm going to be rereading very, very soon, and that is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling. I'm reading this in February, but I'm really excited to reread this one because I loved this one when I first read it when I was younger. And it's my favorite Harry Potter book in the whole series, and my favorite Harry Potter movie in the whole series. I love this one a lot, so I cannot wait to reread this one. Very, very excited about this one. Then, the Spiderwick Chronicles. This is, oh, I love these editions so much. I own 3 different editions of the Spiderwick Chronicles. Yeah, okay. Do you guys know my obsession with the Spiderwick Chronicles? Like, John Bellairs is my everything. Harry Potter is one of my everythings. But like Spiderwick Chronicles is like one of my everything. Does that make sense? Because I have like a field guide over here that I love, and then I have a freaking movie poster of the Spiderwick Chronicles over here. I have toys from when they were at McDonald's when the movie came out over here. I have 3 different editions of the Spiderwick Chronicles. I own the movie. I love the Spiderwick Chronicles. So I have been really like wanting to reread the series again, and I think I want to do it this year, so we might see if that happens. But this is a really quick series to get to. The books are all like around 100 to maybe 120 pages long, but I love them. I do. I love them a lot. Yeah, and I don't know what to say. I love them. Just looking at the books, and if you don't know what this is about, just like, good, what rock have you been living under? But I love these books. If you can get a hold of the editions, I'd recommend these little turtleback ones because they're beautiful. Deckled edges, really nice spines, really beautiful. The other edition I would recommend is the bind up, which I also have up here. Should have got them all down for you guys, but that one is beautiful. So yeah, so I really want to reread this Spiderwick Chronicles series. And then I also want to reread the 13 Treasures trilogy by Michelle Harrison. This is the UK edition. But I really want to reread the trilogy. I love this trilogy. It's one of my favorite books ever. And it just, yeah, makes me really excited about reading this one. Oh yeah, and I have a little thing of his signed by the author, who I also follow on Twitter. We also follow each other on Twitter. That's really awesome. But this one is about a young girl named Tanya who can see fairies, and she goes to live with her grandmother for, I think, for the summer, and all hell breaks loose. Fairy craziness, darkness, there's a murder, and that happened a long time ago that she's trying to figure out what happened, and it's really dark, really scary and spooky, and you wouldn't be able to tell that from this cover, but it's amazing, full of fantasy. It's like Spiderwick Chronicles meets Harry Potter, like the dark part of Harry Potter, like when the books get dark. Like if you love all that, just darkness and fairies and all that, you need to pick this up. Yeah, I'm really hyping these up for you guys because they're awesome. Then the next one is, of course, Lace Poe by Lorna Oliver. I read this last year. Was it last year? No, it was not. Was it? Was it last year or was it 2015? I don't even remember. This is one of my favorite books. Richard, goodness, I want to smack myself with it now. But I love this so much. It's one of my favorite books of all time, and I've been wanting to reread it. I had planned on rereading it in November of last year, but things didn't really go well, and I decided to not do that, but I really want to reread this. It's beautiful. I love it. It's one of my I talk about it a lot. You guys have seen this on my channel a lot because I love it. Then the next one is a John Bellairs book, and this is one I haven't read in a long time, and that is The Mansion in the Mist. And here, I love Edward Gorey's book covers. And you know what I really want them to do? I really want them. Who published this? Puffin. I think, who got a hold of the rights? I forget. But I really want them to release like anniversary editions with their Edward Gorey covers and just like put extra stuff in there and just make them really cool. I would love that so much. Yeah, I would love that so much. But yeah, so I haven't read this one in a minute. This one is about Anthony Monday and Miss Ells and her brother Emerson, who go to a lake for the summer. He ends up going with them, and then he finds this chest or this trunk, and when he opens it, he ends up in another world, and it's like another dimension where a wizard there is planning on taking over the human world, and then he has to figure out some way to stop it because his world is slowly like kind of falling apart, and it's amazing. And I remember this, and I loved it a lot, so I cannot wait to reread this one again. But John Bellairs books are epically awesome. You may not be able to tell that by the book covers, but I mean, get into these books, you will not be disappointed. Like if you're ever disappointed by a John Bellairs book, I don't know how you can be. They're amazing. Then the last two I have are adult books, adult fiction books that I want to reread eventually, and the first one is Stephen King's The Shining. I love this one. I read this in October of not last year, the year before that I think, and I loved this. This is amazing. One of my favorite books of all time. Became one of my favorite books of all time. It's a huge book, huge. But when I was reading it, even though I found some parts of it that were a little tiny bit boring, that dragged a little bit, this still was amazing, and I've been itching to reread it. Might not do that this year, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But I read it in October of, I think it was 2015. And I think that's what made it a lot better, because it's just the spookiness of October and just the feeling, and yeah, so I think I might reread this in an October. I don't know, but I love that book. Then the last one is Beloved by Toni Morrison. This one I read, goodness, I'm trying to remember. I read this a long time ago. I think I read it in high school, and it was in our library, and I read it. It was a really beat up copy of it. And I read it and I didn't remember it, like as I got older I didn't remember, and then I bought a copy of it I think in 2012, and then I did a buddy read with someone and reread it, but the buddy read didn't go well. I just remember I think the other person was really busy, so I ended up stopping halfway, and that tab's been there since 2012. So let's see where I stopped. Let's see, 117 pages. So I read 117 pages of it and then stopped, but I remember I love this book though. Like I love it, and the movie is amazing. Just I love the movie. I don't own the movie, but I love it. But I've been wanting to reread this one, like finish it finally. Yeah, so we'll see when that happens. But yeah, so that's it. All these awesome books to reread that I'm very, very excited about. Yeah. Almost knocked myself out. Almost stabbed myself in the eye with these. Yeah, but I'm really, really excited about them. Hopefully I'll get to reread some this year. We'll see. This one I know I am. So that's not a thing. I really though want to reread the Spiderwick Chronicles series. So we'll see what happens with that. But if I do though, I'm going to make it a read along. And you guys are going to read it. Whether you want to or not. So yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Really hope you guys enjoyed this. Yes, really hope I got you guys excited about books that I want to reread. But you have good reason to check them out. Okay, bye.